Miracle Makers, never before has there been so much science to help you understand and connect so deeply with the way that you belong and fit with the earth, as well as with your physical body, as well as with the cosmos. Our extraordinary way that we show up in the world is probably not how you've been taught to take a look at it. And I want to walk you through very, very quickly a way that you can see the universe. Anyone can be a millionaire, is what JP Morgan said, but to become a millionaire, or he said billionaire, you need an astrologer. Hippocrates even made reference to this. A physician without knowledge of astrology has no right to call himself a physician. And I love Carl Jung, who said this is where he would have spent most of his time had he more time and had learned about astrology earlier. Carl Jung said, the starry vault of heaven is a truth, is in the truth, the open book of the cosmic projection. Astrology is one of the most accurate tools known to mankind. This is Chris Flisher. There's so much I could share about this that would help you be able to understand for yourself. The first thing is my wisdom comes from my grandmother they called it India, in the villages of India in Pakistan. I'm so grateful that she knew how to take a look, and she looked at palms. She knew astronomy, astrology, math, and reading and writing. She spoke multiple languages, and I got to be the benefit of that for a number of years. And going to Egypt and going to Italy and seeing astrological signs on at the Vatican, in the biggest churches, in the places that I could not imagine astrology to be until I got there. And then, oh my gosh, so beautifully on the temple walls in Egypt. I cannot recommend enough. If there's one place that you can travel to, it is Hathor's temple in Egypt. Beyond the pyramids, there's something that happens to you when you see the images on the ceiling and on the walls, and you understand that your senses are activated by you connecting to the cosmos and to sacred patterns. When you took your first breath, you locked in a location. And one day, just like the weather, we'll be able to describe your likelihood of behaviors and how you show up. It's an extraordinary gift to give yourself an understanding of this ancient symbolic language and the healing arts that come with it. What is the meaning of your life? Right? What is the meaning of your life? And if you step back from whatever you might have been told, and you step into a cosmic flow, it's beautiful to share it this way. If you step into the river of the way that the earth is hurling through the cosmos, the way that each of the planets, and especially the moon, affect us, and the way that your biology is shifted. You're 70% water. When there's a full moon, water, right? The full moon affects the tides, and it's such a specific point from which to begin operating in the world. You will begin to feel within your system that most of the things around you You are part of this beautifully created, crafted design. And this beautiful crafted design is not on man-made schedules. It's not altered by anything like bank accounts or energy that we're giving to anything on television or in the media. It supersedes that. And one day we'll be able to harness completely globally the use of the energy that's in this cosmic river, in this cosmic flow. What's extraordinary is you are what I can't wait for you to watch Zach Bush's interview with Del Bigtree. You are part of the cosmos, and these extraordinary cosmos are inside so incredibly the microbiome that lives inside your body. You have 100 organisms living on each one of your cells, and those hundreds of organisms are extraordinarily moved by what your heartbeat, what your sounds, what your vibration, what you're experiencing on an energetic level. And we live in this great disconnect. Humanity is suffering from a great disconnect. When you read the walls of ancient Egypt, there was a time, the temples share, there was a time in the cosmos, on Earth, that we were all in synchronicity, that everything was at peace and balanced. When you go to the temple in Philae, in this beautiful temple, the Isis temple, nearby there's a crocodile museum, and you see crocodiles that were revered. The crocodiles in ancient Egypt were initiated, were the generations preserved. They would teach the crocodiles to love humans, and humans would love crocodiles. And then these crocodiles were released into the Nile, and they would educate all of the other crocodiles how to live in harmony. Each of the organisms that lived in the Nile, lived amongst, was preserved, mummified, was loved and taken care of. And you're like, wow, wow. We did studies on monkeys on an island. Monkeys were given sweet potatoes covered in uncooked rice. And over again, these monkeys, eventually one monkey figured out how to wash the sweet potato in a nearby stream, and other monkeys learned. When 100 monkeys on the island learned, somehow every other monkey knew that to take the sweet potato covered in rice and wash it. And on nearby islands where the monkeys had no communication, no contact, they could not have watched it. The new babies, the new monkeys, old monkeys knew how to wash the sweet potato. And that's where we come up with like the 100 monkey, the crocodiles, the hippopotamus, all of the living beings, animals on the Nile were loved and educated and treated and revered. They were taught to be teachers of humans, and humans to be taught teachers of them, and released. And for thousands of years, according to the stories written on the walls of ancient Egypt, the animals, the humans, everyone lived in peace. And I believe this is the time we're coming to. We're coming to this evolution of humanity, this great disconnect that happened, right? This disconnect, this loss of connection with the natural world. We lost it on earth. And the Egyptians and the Chinese and the Mayans and those connected to the land greatly understood, communicated, navigated by the stars. And it is the stars, I believe, that will help us unite to the next level of creating what it means to be human, and the ability to take care of every lineage of being that's here on earth. And it's so beautiful to begin this journey to embrace your body as a celestial body in itself. You took in your first breath. You locked a space and a time inside your body. And the planets that influence you, your sun sign, and the various places that your houses are in. A basic way to understand this is, right, each of the astrological signs, it's a division of understanding 12 ways, 12 astrology, or if you follow the Chinese astrology, right, all of the animals and the Chinese calendar, astrological calendar, is on a 60-year cycle. The importance of how you understand this allows you to know that you have every aspect of each of the 12 astrological characters in your body, and more of it is influenced. More of you and all of humanity is influenced when the moon, or when the sun, or right now Pluto is in retrograde until October. The influences that each of those, it's like the combination lock opens up and allows for the possibilities for all of the cosmos and humanity. It's like when we harnessed electricity, it was harnessed for everyone. When we understood the weather, meteorology, it was understood by everyone and used. It saves lives. And astrologically speaking, it's time that you connect every day with the moon and with the sun, and you connect and spend. But what happens to your pineal gland? What happens to your body when you begin a practice of connecting to something greater than yourself that has an influence on you? When you begin listening these spiral patterns, you start understanding how your life works and how it is possible that every problem of our generation has a solution within it, with our connecting. What I love about Zach Bush's interview, it's so beautiful. Zach Bush in there talks about near-death experiences, a patient going through the corridor and coming back and informing his doctor what it was like and that they were ready. Astrologically speaking, there is written in the Vedas, written in ancient Indian text, that if the light, the first breath that you took in and lit your body up with, a space and a location, if what this light body is to do with your vessel isn't possible, it's written in the Vedas that you will leave the earth plane, you will leave your body, you'll be given 9 opportunities. So beautiful to understand that if you are breathing you are still on purpose. You're still on your particular path, and so much is available for you when you link up and begin understanding the sustainable lifestyles that go with cosmology, with the cosmos, with astrology, with your own physical body, and you integrate a holistic way of seeing. I love the word astrology, right? It comes from the Greek word astro and logos. Astrologos means cosmic order, or the logic of the stars. And I'm so grateful to have had a grandmother that was so wise. My mom, who was, oh my gosh, my mom is so bold. And her will is so strong. She makes sure what she wants gets done, right? When you look at my mom's stars, and when you look at my grandmother's stars, it's amazing. Cosmic order. When you look at your own, and literally you can read for when you were born. In India, they just on your thumb, your birthday and the cosmos, all of the universe, all of the cosmos, all of the cosmic order is communicating with you. And all of that order allows enough space for every living being, especially when we're expressed, when you're expressed in the natural order that comes through you. In the years that I've been working as a medical intuitive, in the years that I worked in NGOs, non-government organizations, the understanding of the unseen world, the intuition, the logic, the healing that comes through. Do you want to bring your body and your subconscious and your parasympathetic nervous system all into harmony, into peace? Well, go outside and connect daily with the moon and the sun. And breathe in and begin opening communication from your heart. Heart Math Institute and so many organizations over the years, Chinese medicine and Indian medicine, speak of the stem cells that are in your heart. Stem cells. Stem cells are cells that can become whatever they need to within your body. When your parasympathetic nervous system is relaxed and you're breathing into your heart and you're allowing the energy of the moon to directly relate with you, the energy of the sun to directly relate with you, and then to notice what's out in the night skies, it's incredibly powerful. It sets the foundation for how you live. It prepares you for the moon and the sun have a much different perspective of the earth than you and I. And when we go out further, right, Venus and the planet Pluto, when we go all the way out, or the orbital body formerly known as planet Pluto, when we go all the way out, it's the narrative within your body transforms and shifts. And this is so, so beautiful. It gives you context for where you are now and empowers you to choose where you're going. And in this story that you're living, your light body that you breathed in when you took your first breath, your ancestors, right? Our ancestors were living on earth experiencing their lives and watching the sky. They created the mythologies, they created the archetypes, they shared the experience and the wisdom from this depth connection to earth, this depth connection to the cosmos. And so it's amazing to watch. Greg, the kids, and I went out and watched, I think it was maybe 3 years ago now, that we went and watched the total solar eclipse. It profoundly changed us as a family. It changed everyone that was there and witnessed it. It grew a new way for us to be, a new possibility in the world. And the Egyptian ancestors looked particularly to Cyrus because they knew when Cyrus started to rise, the Nile River was ready to flood. And your emotions when you were born is affected. It's your mind's eye. The moon and the sun connect so strongly with your pineal gland, with your parasympathetic nervous system, releasing dis-ease into a cosmic order and ease. Your emotions and your behaviors. I want to bring up a page. Let me bring up a page for us on Dr. Sarah Larson so that you can see a little bit of the resources that are available for you.